Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the How to Film Weddings podcast. My name's John Bunn, and I am really excited to talk about today's subject. At the time of this episode dropping, I am actually going to be getting back from a family vacation in Montana. We go every year. We've got a cabin out there with our family. We go fishing and relaxing, and I would encourage you, take some time for you and your family as well. It's always super refreshing. But I'm getting back on a Monday and flying out to North Carolina to do a video and photo wedding this weekend as this episode drops. So a lot going on. A lot just happening in my world. A couple of weeks back, last week, I think it was, we talked about how I did my first photo wedding. Been talking about a lot of photo stuff, and I really wanted to kind of bring it back and talk to you today about what we're actually selling. So I want to ask you a question that might sound simple, but it could really change the way that you run your business. And it is, what are you actually selling? Because the truth is, clients aren't just hiring us for deliverables. They're hiring us for how we make them feel, and they're buying peace of mind, they're buying confidence, they're buying trust. So in this episode, I'm going to walk through how to reframe your offer, your language, and even your pricing around what your clients actually care about. And when you do that, it gets a whole lot easier to book the right people and charge what you're worth. Before we talk today about what we're actually selling, I want to tell you about my good friends over at VidFlow, howtofilmweddings.com/VidFlow to upload galleries of video and or photo, hybrid galleries, just custom galleries that you can upload your footage, your photos to, and share your work with your couples so that it is branded and it looks nice and it gives them an experience. Howtofilmweddings.com/VidFlow for more information about uploading your videos and photos there. So today I want to talk about the fact that we are selling something different, and we're shifting focus around here a lot to really understand that as wedding professionals, we're not just selling a product, we're selling a feeling. And so my first thing I really want to talk about is that we're not really selling a product, we're selling the result. Like this feeling, this thing that is this moment in time. And a lot of us just think, I'm selling a video and that's it. And when your mindset changes to what you're really selling, that's when things get really fun. So you're not just selling the product, you're selling the result. So most of us list what's included, but that's not what people are buying. Like, they're buying the result of those things. Think about it. You're thinking about the deliverables, whether it's a photo, a film, whatever it is. Those are the tools. Like what couples are investing in is how those tools will make them feel and what they're going to get out of it. So great brands sell the outcome, the confidence and trust and joy, the peace of mind. That's what they're going to remember. And so when someone hires John Bunn Films, like, they're not just getting photos, they're not just getting a video, like, they're getting an experience. Like, they are getting confidence, they are getting peace of mind, they're getting joy, they're getting clarity, they're getting insight, they're getting a friend, they're getting all these different things, because that's like, the video is just kind of the vehicle for me to help them be present in their day and capture it. And so the more that I think about I'm not selling a product, the more I see results. And that is point number one, is we're not selling a product, we're selling results. Number two, the better that you understand the emotional need, the easier it is to sell. So ask yourself this: what is your ideal client afraid of when they start planning? That's where your messaging should begin. So if you're a videographer and your clients keep saying, I just see cheesy videos, they're afraid of getting a cheesy video. They're afraid of not getting the voices of their grandma. They're afraid of it looking too romantic, or they're afraid of it looking not romantic enough, or what. Like, everybody's different. But what is your ideal client afraid of? Like, when it comes to their photos, their flowers, their planning, whatever it is, what are they afraid of? And that is where our messaging should begin. My ideal client is afraid of looking like everyone else. They're afraid of not having autonomy. They're afraid of the world seeing their wedding as just another cookie cutter wedding. They're afraid that they're going to not enjoy their day. They're afraid of a lot of things. And so Vendors get hired not just for what they do, but how they make people feel during the process. So my couples feel confident that they're not going to get a cookie cutter film, and they're confident they're going to hear those voices, and they're confident that the images are going to be timeless. They're not going to be trendy. These things matter. And so vendors get hired not just for what they do, but how they make people feel during the process. How are you making your clients feel when you're selling to them? Do they feel like just another number? And when you show couples that you understand their fears, they assume that you can solve them, and that's the beginning of trust. If you don't understand what they're afraid of with their purchase, you can't build trust, and that is really, really important. So when you show couples that you understand their fears, they're going to assume that you can solve them, and that's the beginning of trust. What I mean by that is, like, whenever you're doing a consultation and they keep saying the same things. Oh, I saw my friend Susie's wedding video and it was just so cheesy the whole time. Like, the videographer got in the way. Like, he was so annoying. It was so, whatever they're telling you, think about it in the terms of, like, that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of that happening to them, and then instill confidence in them by understanding those fears. Say those things back to them. Oh, okay, so you're saying, like, they had just like a really big footprint on the wedding day. They had way too many cameras. They were not self-aware spatially. Here's what we do on a wedding day. We do this, this, and this so that we don't have a big footprint and that we aren't killing the vibe of the room. Like, we understand this event is about you, not about us. Like, you can start, and you watch on their faces, that's the beginning of trust. And so the better you understand the emotional need, the easier it is going to be to sell to them. So pay attention to what they're afraid of. Pay attention to their emotional needs. Ask questions to get those things out of them so that you can see if you're the right fit for those people. So what are we actually selling? You know, that experience. If you don't understand what they're afraid of, if you don't understand them emotionally, you're never going to be able to sell to them. And you might be saying, John, I just want to film weddings. I get it. I've done this for 20 years almost now, which is crazy. And the people that pay the most and care the most about what we do and treat us the best are the ones that you can relate to on an emotional level. You might say, John, I only work with wedding planners. That's great. Understand their emotional needs. They're your client. You know, they're easier to sell the more you understand their need. Some of my best friends in the industry, they hate how videographers and photographers give details, like the reception room. They hate that there's a crease in the linens, or that things are off-centered, or a chair from a drone angle is out of line. And, like, the more that I know and can care about their fears, the more that they trust me, the more that they want to send my name to their clients. And so it's massive. You have to understand the emotional need of your client. It is so much easier to sell to them. My third point is you want to show the transformation, not just the transaction. So instead of saying 8 hours of coverage or 50 images per hour, tell the story of what life looks like after working with you. You could post before and after stories. They came in overwhelmed. We helped them build a plan, and now they're at peace. You're not just creating like this product, you're creating and changing their emotional state. Like, let's say that again. You're not just creating a product, you're changing their emotional state, and that's what you should be selling. So we want to show the transformation, that it's not just a transactional, it's really a relational sale. And the more that we think about this as a transaction, like, I'm just going to do this work for you, you're going to give me money, the more cookie cutter it's going to be. But the more that you relate to them emotionally and understand their needs, the more you're going to be able to create something. And that's what we're selling, not the details. So I might be selling a timeless wedding film, but really what I'm communicating is, like, I have experience. You're going to enjoy your day. Imagine yourself on your wedding day. Are you going to be stressed out? No, because I'm going to be there. And so you want to show that transformation, not just the transaction. And I think that's really important for us as wedding professionals. A lot of us, we want to get romantic, and it's like, I want to create really beautiful art. I want beautiful photos and beautiful videos. Like, I'm here for all of that. I want there to be incredible details and stuff like that. But until we understand the clients we're working with, we don't even know what we're trying to really sell. And the more that we dig into the kinds of work we want to do, the more we can attract those kinds of people. And if we don't know what fears we're trying to mitigate for our clients, we can never really get to that level of sales where we're much more important than just a hired help. So the first thing, as a reminder, you're not selling the product, you're selling the result. The second thing is the better you understand the emotional need, the easier it is to sell. And the third thing is show the transformation, not just the transaction. Before we head into the back half of this podcast, I want to tell you about our friends over at MusicBed, howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed to license the best music for your wedding films. They have AI tools. They have all kinds of tools to help you make your wedding films better, to make it easier for you to find the right films. I know that for me, whenever I'm looking for a song, I just grab one of my recent teasers that I really think fits the vibe, and I grab that music and I drop it into the AI feature and say, I want more songs like this, and it spits out 20 or 30 songs that fit the same vibe. And in a few minutes, I can find a new teaser song or new feature film songs. And honestly, they just keep getting better with AI tools, and different things like stems or beats per minute or genres help me to really find the instruments that I want and the different things that I know I want for my wedding films, saving me a bunch of time. So head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed today. The next thing I want to say is my fourth point here today is that price becomes less of an obstacle when value is clear. Think about that. Whenever the value is understood, the price becomes less of an obstacle. So people don't pay more for stuff. They pay more for less stress. They pay more for more confidence. They pay more for the feeling that like this person has us covered. As I've elevated into a higher price point, people are buying trust with me. Their friend used me and loved me. It's a mom that's a friend with another mom, and it's like, oh, you have to hire John. Like, they're hiring me because I'm trustable. Like, you can trust me. I'm trustworthy. They know what they're going to get. They know the experience they're going to get. And so people don't pay more for just more stuff. If I said, oh, I can throw in an extra hour of coverage or a drone footage, they're like, I don't care. They want me there, and they want my team there because they know that I'm not going to build this big footprint on their wedding day, or I'm not going to leave them hanging or try to just make this about my Instagram reel or whatever. And so your price becomes less of an obstacle when value is clear. Also, my wife just brought me in a cup of coffee, and I need to take a drink of it. So if you're listening to this, enjoy. I'm going to take a drink. It's kind of raining outside right now. My wife just was like snuck in a cup of coffee for me. And it's like, I had to drink it. Okay, if you're drinking coffee, take a drink right now, or whatever you're drinking. I'm gonna get one more, and then we'll move on with this fourth point. That's very good. Okay, so price becomes less of an obstacle when the value is clear. Your value isn't tied specifically to deliverables. It's tied to how irreplaceable your experience is. Think about that. Every wedding photographer is delivering photos. Every videographer has a drone now. You're going to give people coverage, a feature film, drone footage, hard drive, ceremony toast. What else are you going to give them? I mean, everybody's offering kind of the same stuff. I mean, you can differentiate, but the edits themselves, really going above and beyond and having killer edits is a great way to add value, but that's usually the experience that they're watching. This edit is next level. And if the experience you give them on the day is irreplaceable, that's when you're gonna see way more people coming to you wanting to pay you more money, because people that are making good money and spending good money are talking to their friends if they have a good experience. And so whenever they feel that the value is there early through your discovery calls, your marketing, the experience itself, the price stops being the first question. And I have said that on the podcast before, but if you're stuck in the inquiries of what is your pricing, you need to really look at your messaging, your branding. Like, what are you telling people? Are you giving them the answer to their fears? Are you learning the fears and making that easy to understand in your social media and your website? And so my final point is that your messaging should sound like the outcome, not the offer. And I think a lot of us, the messaging just sounds like the offer. This is what I do. This is what you get. Instead of saying, this is the outcome of what you get whenever you hire me to do what I do. So to me, I'm sitting here thinking, like, my mindset is like, what should my messaging sound like if I'm trying to show the outcome, not just the offer. It's like wedding films is the offer, or wedding photos, but like the experience and what they're going to have at the end of the day is the outcome. So replace words like coverage or package A with phrases like heirloom film, a legacy gallery, or like a wedding weekend story or whatever. And you need to show the win. Like, think about it. Like, if you show them the win, like, I don't know, like if you said, like, imagine looking back on this film 10 years from now and remembering how it felt, not just how it looked. That's huge. That's an outcome. Like, think about it. Or I will a lot of times say, like, imagine that you're driving away from your wedding and you're looking in the window of the car, the getaway car, and everybody's waving at you and blowing kisses. How important is your video for you at that point? How important is it for you to have made sure that you enjoyed the process? So your language creates emotion, and the right words can reposition you as a guide, not just a service. And I think that's very important on your messaging. It does need to sound like the outcome, not the offer. And so I know this is a little bit quicker of an episode today, but I just want to recap real quick that you're not selling the product, you're selling the result. The better that you understand the emotional need, the easier it is to sell. And then you want to show the transformation, not just the transaction. Your price becomes less of an obstacle when your value is clear, and your messaging should sound like the outcome, not the offer. And to me, if you're thinking about this kind of thing, you are going to set yourself apart from the rest of the industry. So at the end of the day, your clients aren't just booking a service, they're booking a feeling. They're trusting you with one of the biggest moments of their lives. And the more you can connect your offer to the outcome they're hoping for, the easier it becomes to attract the right people. It's easier for you to charge what you're worth, and it's easier to build a brand that lasts. So take a step back this week and ask yourself, what am I actually selling? And is that clear in the way that I talk about in my business? Like, if not, now is the perfect time to shift your focus and really start thinking about what you're actually selling. I hope this was helpful for you today. If it was, shoot me a message over at John Bunn Films. Just say, hey, I'd love to know if this kind of info is helpful, if you want more of this. There's a lot of new things about to be announced with How to Film Weddings, so please stay tuned. In the next week or two, Nick and I are going to be making some major announcements with the direction of How to Film Weddings, where we're going, what's happening the rest of the year. A lot of new things, a lot of big changes, the biggest changes that we've made since starting How to Film Weddings. So I hope that you come back and listen. I know I've been dropping some Easter eggs on this over the last few weeks, but a lot of really cool things happening, a lot of growth between myself and Nick and the How to Film Weddings team. And we're really excited to share with you what's coming up down the pipeline, you know what I mean, what's coming down the pipeline in the next few months and few years. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors today. And until next time, we'll see you.